This is Baking for the Thermomix by Lesley Russell, and it features breads, biscuits, cakes and bakes. So I think this is a really cool book, especially if you have a Thermomix, of course. So you've got all the ingredients you need in here, baking equipment essentials you've got, and we start with the starting small section, so things like golden brown muffins, rock cakes, scones with lots of variations. You've got OT raisin loaves, all kinds of really delicious looking things, ginger cakes, marmalade cakes. All these you can make in the Thermomix. You've got helpful tips like time, rising baking, if for things like hot cross buns you'll need to know all that kind of stuff, Chelsea buns, chocolate ganache cakes. So everything shows you exactly how you can do it in your Thermomix, giving you instructions like chop for this long, at this speed, and makes it very, very easy when you want to pull off a dessert. So it's also got more elegant cakes like pistachio lime syrup cake, you've got an orange and carrot cake, cranberry, pumpkin and sunflower seed loaf, Irish brack. Then we get to biscuits, things like shortbreads, pistachio bites, orange and coconut biscuits. You've got rosemary and sea salt lavash. So more savory style Spanish olive oil wafers. Then we get to pastries. Obviously you can make pastry in the Thermomix. So it's got a whole section about tips for making rough puff pastry, which is a staple if you like to do pastries. Then we get puff pastry, and how all these pictures show you how you can make it yourself at home. And then you've got all these things to do with pastry like custard tops. You've got very detailed instructions on how you can get that done. You've got classic Danish or blankets, you've got croissants, blackberry tarts, you've got all kinds of, then we get to like savory as well, so we've got like a pumpkin, spinach and feta tart. So with the savory ones, you've got a whole different kind of pastry. So say this is like sour cream pastry, which will give you a whole different texture and flavour. You've got like a mushroom tart, pizza dough, which is obviously pretty handy to make. Then we get to bread, and bread is of course delicious. So let's see what they have. There's a whole page about bread, and then we get to the normal like white loaf, so with very detailed instructions on how you can make a beautiful loaf of bread at home. Multi-grain loaf for people looking for a healthier alternative. We've got like a kind of milk, white and soft bread. You've got potato and rosemary focaccia. What you have to do the night before and the next morning, because obviously these are all yeasted breads. You've got black bread, which features, the colour is from actually rye grain, and you've got cocoa, coffee, and treacle, which is kind of like molasses, I guess. Then you've got caraway, so a lot of really rich flavours in that loaf. And then you've got more sweet breads. Then we get to the co-stars, odds and ends, so things like pesto, making sweet pastry, slow roasted tomatoes, all kinds of things you can make in the Thermomix, or like cream pat, obviously, for desserts. And then, so I think that's a really good book, especially if you're just starting out with your Thermomix, want to look for something easy or maybe more elegant to make, and this is a really good book for you, Baking for the Thermomix.